segment, which is going to be our new administrative solution to all you people calling me, asking me, help me, what can you do for me? I'm broke, I don't have any money, I can't afford to pay anything because I was already ripped off and I'm living homeless and everything now in a motel. So many attorneys have ripped me off, so many services have ripped me off. This is a self-sufficiency way you can help yourself, all constitutionally correct, pro se, informal par pares. Don't just do the things that you can do as a non-licensed bar attorney. Report that you are a crime victim, a federal witness crime victim. Do the pro se, informal par pares federal filings, but then show the U.S. Department of Justice that you did that. And I have a list right here of how to report, how to gather what grows to be voluminous pieces of paper, Rubbermaids full of paper, and suitcases full of paper, how we can use the free and low-cost internet, the free and low-cost services, capabilities of internet technologies, to now upload our documents that we already did to Google iDocs and give the U.S. Department of Justice, President Obama Executive Office, Internal Revenue Service, Office of Professional Procedures and Conduct, the House of Representatives, and now this upcoming Pennsylvania Public Integrity Commission. There's been a proposed bipartisan Public Integrity Commission here in Pennsylvania that will force investigations of elected officials who can't seem to watchdog themselves. All right? And I'm going to show you how to prove the relationships, how to prove the wolf pack, how to identify the tag team cover-up per court, with the agency, with the family court, with the Superior Court, with the Supreme Court, with the U.S. District Court. And then I'm going to show you how to recognize when a judge does her job, when a federal judge actually rolls up her sleeves, her rolled sleeves, and adjudicates, as occurred this week, August 27, 2010, in United States District Court for the Eastern District of Pennsylvania, 208 CV 04100-JD. All right? But this was a big class action down here in the Eastern District, where so far the dockets that we monitored were 5 dockets of DHS demonic horror story victimizations where our constitutional rights were complained about, and we complained about the judges, Alice Spector Bowe, Judge Robert Matthews, the private attorneys, Fern Brown Kaplan, Timothy E. Pacente, in dockets, and in the adoption contractors, Children's Choice, Methodist Kinship, Anne-Marie Ambrose, the commissioner, Harriet Dichter, who is aware of systematic child abuse registry fraud systematically practiced by DHS social workers, is all out lying to block family members who want their children from being eligible to get their children. So what polarizes and proves that the other dockets that were administrated or misadministrated, if you will, by the other U.S. District Court judges gives proof bona fide, right? The other district judges were Honorable Mitchell S. Goldberg, Honorable Timothy Savage, and Honorable Burl M. Schiller, who we have proof acted decisively and prejudicially in favor of official corruption, fraud, civil rights defendants who happened to be their colleagues, attorneys and judges, okay? They were their colleagues, and we have proof that they acted in tag team fashion to cover up, and they used the technicality by saying, quote, we don't have jurisdiction. And one judge, Honorable Mitchell S. Goldberg, actually put it in writing that he forsook the U.S. constitutional, the solemn oath of justices and judges, and acted differently for a poor person as he did a rich person when he put it in an order saying pro se and former par pares plaintiffs receive less weight than do lawyer represented. So that actually put it in writing for us, confirmed it for us, that there is discrimination based on economy, based on money. So, but then when another judge comes up and does her work, now, yeah, these happen to be attorney-represented plaintiffs, and that might have made a difference, I don't know. But I do know that in monitoring the docket, It's not our role to speculate on why a judge does anything, but it's just a scorecard. It's a scorecard of who did what and when, and a docket never lies. You can measure a child slaughter, U.S. economy for a court reform state of emergency, and in this docket by Honorable Jan E. Dubois on August 27th, the 37-page memorandum and opinion that she issued in this case has a section in it for discussion, A, jurisdictional challenges under Rule 12b-1, and Article 3, standing, injury in fact, causation. Oh, and 2, Roker-Feldman. She talks about the Roker-Feldman so-called doctrine that the other district judges just used to accept motions to dismiss. Template motions to dismiss are presented by the DHS malpracticing lawyers paid for by taxpayer money. So the Department of Human Services lawyers, we pay for them to victimize us, taxpayers. So they enter these template motions to dismiss and say Roker-Feldman without doing their homework. This judge, if there's such a thing as working it out on a docket, she really worked it out. She really adjudicated. This is what a judge is supposed to do. A judge is supposed to make a decision on how the law applies. That's adjudication to any particular case fairly. All right? And that's what she did. She did her work. She did the work, and that gives us clarity. It shines a magnifying glass of clarity that the other dockets were treated prejudicially. They were not adjudicated. You never even looked at what the Roker-Feldman meant for this, what the Roker-Feldman doctrine meant for this case. You never discussed standing. You never even looked and saw that our constitutional rights were being violated, which is what the federal judges are there for. They're there to reconcile the federal questions, not the city of Philadelphia questions, not the municipal questions, not the financial interests of a state agency or any agency. They're there to reconcile where the federal questions are deficient or what happens, how does somebody not get their due process or whatever. So I can't wait for my Sunday Blog Talk radio show where we talk about this docket without editorialism, but I'm very excited about it, and I salute you, Honorable Jan E. Dubois. All right, I don't know what's going to happen after this, but this woman worked. This judge worked. All right, she put the work in, and this is a prime example of what adjudication should be. So when you don't see this in your dockets that you're monitoring, and I tell everybody, pay your PACER bill. Pay your PACER bill. It gives you a free PACER account, but it bills you like every 2 months. Pay that at just 8 cents a page, right? So the bills aren't that much. And monitor your dockets, because there's so much certificate of service fraud where the malpracticing DHS lawyers, they deliberately don't send you what you're supposed to know, and it's all time sensitive and affects your life. So you can see what's going on, what was filed, by being able to log into the U.S. District Court dockets, which are the federal dockets. Even the documents are available there. Our fraud report, intervention and audit requests, including a list of everybody you can send your information to, how to organize your information so it's not pounds of paper with active links, and get it on either a disk or by fax or email contact to people who have the authority to do something about it. And the way you can contract me to help you is simply by a donation of at least $60. Use the donation button at my website. It's the Grinage Family Fundraiser. Support my need to pay for my cost of my private investigation, the Grinage Family's private investigation, to rescue my missing and exploited abusive parent abducted grandchildren, Ezekiel and Zakael Brown, who are victims of the corruption here in the city of Philadelphia, known about by Mayor Michael Nutter and Philadelphia District Attorney R. Seth Williams of a public, and Anne Marie Ambrose of DHS corruption incited mob violence that occurred on June 8th, 2010, and publicly witnessed by 50 people. All right, God bless everybody. This wasn't too long. See you in the next segment.